bro.
Yes, my people. What's happening? This is the OJB podcast.
Good evening.
Yes, you know how this goes. To my left, I've got my cousin, that's Dom right there. You know what I'm saying? To my right, got my right hand man, that's Mantas right there. You man, what are you saying?
Chilling. Good Sunday.
Yeah, broken from the man had a sports massage yesterday.
Ooh.
Hey. Upper back is sore. Man's even got all bruises down there. Man brought out the metal
the
blade.
bruises come out.
The metal blade. Man's digging in there, clearing out the fucking knots. The fibers are popping. Listen.
What, have you got mad bruises?
Pain. Not mad.
Yeah.
But they're there, innit?
Yeah.
The bruising is there.
Yeah, the benefits will
I
come.
thought there'd be more bruising, but it's still there. You can see it. Obviously, it's under the tattoo as well, so.
What's this noise in the back?
What is going on outside?
Brother, see, I'll start.
Every single time.
Someone's driving their bike. Is that a bike?
Yeah, it has to be your bike.
Anyway. So yeah, what they doing? What do they do?
Like a sports massage, you know, just a deep tissue. Just getting all your shit out of there, bro.
What did they do to you though? Like, did they use like that metal blade thing?
Well, I don't know. Man was laying there with my face down in the hole. I don't know what he.
He didn't show you or anything. He didn't let you know what he was doing.
No, but he just said obviously he's releasing the nuts and whatnot.
Yeah.
And he said I got bare scar tissue, bro. So it's gonna take a lot of sessions.
What's that from? From lifting?
I said how
you gotta put the phone in your pocket, G.
How?
you got.
I said how would that have got there? And he goes, there's a lot of different reasons because you haven't got it on the other side, didn't it? And I said, what? Because of basketball? Because I shoot with my right hand. Maybe it's looser than my left side. He goes, maybe that could have done it. Like throughout time, innit? This builds up. So probably lifting, ball, fucking posture, driving, everything, innit? Everything probably adds up.
Yeah.
It does.
Man. Yeah, just a big, deep massage to get all the knots out in that.
Yeah,
essentially that's what it was.
I probably got mad scar tissue myself, but because all the lifting that we've been doing recently, I know that something mad has probably happened.
Dom can tell you what happens to your body, bro.
Yeah, innit, Dom?
I can.
Yeah, you can, bro.
I can.
Are you gonna be into all of that, like sports massage in terms of like I'm talking about things like blading?
So at the moment, I'm a qualified sports masseur, if you want to call it. I think that's the right way to say it. Masseuse. I think.
Masseuse is a woman. I think,
yeah.
Huh?
Oh.
Like actress type thing.
I don't know.
Anyways,
my brother that does sports massage, you know.
Isn't a masseur like a sir? Isn't that like saying?
Yeah, I thought it was a male. It don't matter anyways.
Anyway, go on. You know I was
regardless.
People. Go on.
So I did that while I was at university, or just after I finished university, and then that's where I created the business from. My business, Beyond Rehab.
Yeah.
Check it out on Insta, Beyond Rehab _
Beyond Rehab _ you get me?
So from that, that's where I kind of got my massage knowledge. But I'll be honest, it's like a level 3, and then I think you can go even up to level 5, level 6 maybe. So there's a lot more to learn in that sort of field. But I'm now going to put all of my efforts really into the masters that I've got coming up.
And it's to do with that.
Physiotherapy. So along the healthcare and healing.
So you're not gonna go more. You're not gonna go down like the sports massage.
I mean,
like,
it will be
into that side. You're gonna go more into like you're gonna use like your qualifications to go into more like the physio side.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. I feel like there's more options as well because there's more things that you can like specialize in. But looking forward to that.
Yeah,
and definitely, I mean, I could, in a few years' time, come back to the massage.
You can always pick that up
and learn more skills.
Additional thing, innit?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Give everyone the full package. Would you need that? Rehab
full MOT.
Cool, I got that. Oh wait, you want a sports massage as well? I don't know anyone,
it's
but
true,
I do it. You know them ones.
Yeah, you've covered. You basically you got everything covered, literally.
And
you're a PT as well.
That's the plan.
And and he's a PT as well.
Oh come on then.
So bro, like you.
Man will train you, fucking make you loose, make you feel good. And then show you how to come back when you get hurt, if you ever get hurt, innit?
Yeah, how to avoid it.
For real. You probably won't even get injured, but if you do, you can come to him injured. We'll sort you out and fix you up and make you...
Fix you up and then from there say, listen, you're not training with them man no more because they hurt you, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
A one-stop shop, you get me?
That's powerful,
That's the plan.
Yeah, I need to go and get me one as well. I booked one for October because, boy, I can't squat. I swear to you, I can't squat properly.
You need one of them man that just align your whole body from body alignment clinic, bro. That's what you need to go to.
That is literally what the name of the
that's what it's called, isn't it? Man kept it simple.
Yeah.
What do you need body alignment? I got that. I'm gonna name it. That.
I got you.
Mans is the only one that says that you need a body alignment, bro. Who the hell says that? You're the
You
only
need to
one.
align your thing. Your
Brainwash.
thing is not lined up, fam. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I booked me one because I can't squat like.
Hey,
there's
no
something
corona,
wrong.
people. I ain't got corona. Trust me.
You probably do, but it's
Probably
calm.
do. It's alright, man.
But yeah, like
Do you know?
I need to like
That's
my hips are stiff. Like when we were squatting the other day, we had that sesh. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah. And when Ronan was telling me,
Stiff guy. You've always
like,
been a stiff
move
guy.
your
though.
hips back. Yeah,
And
that's probably
ankles
why.
Ankles as well are bare stiff.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Probably why, innit? Because I haven't gone to one of them people to sort me out. Bro. Footballers don't get.
No, but that's not why.
treatment.
That's not why, because I've never been to one of them people innit? Before in my life. Yesterday was the first
What
time.
you
Actually,
you say
chat.
you grew up with your coach, like knew all that stuff. And
Yeah,
all
you
that.
knew it. Don't mean I was getting massages and fucking my hips popped and cracked open.
Yeah, but
You get
obviously
me?
you was getting the right stuff from young, innit? So you didn't need it when you were older. I wasn't getting nothing when I was young.
I was getting taught the right techniques, yeah. But in terms of doing something to my body, I've never done nothing in it. So like my ankles are flexible,
Yeah.
my hips are flexible. I don't know why in it.
No, but bro,
It's one of them ones.
everyone looks at Mantas like no one understands in it, like how. So
It's just how my body
he's
is.
just talking like his thing is normal. It's not normal.
It is,
It's
bro.
not a normal thing.
He's talking up his thing like, oh, it's just casual. Yeah, for you, it's a way of life, innit? But for everyone else, everyone
does not
else
look
squats
normal.
and moves like that. I watch people squat bears. They don't just bust into it. They get trained into.
Just bust into
Yeah,
the
they don't
squat,
bust
bro.
into it like that, bro. No one does. Trust me. I've
It's a
PT
process.
people for years. Hardly anyone.
Maybe
busts
that's
into a
because
squat like that.
man have been working out training from young, innit, doing all this shit from what? When did I start squatting for the first time, really? Probably
When
like
was you taught properly how to
talk properly, how to squat. When did I start Barking Abbey? That summer. 2010.
2010.
So what, 26 years? 26 years, you know. 16 I was.
Yeah,
I was
10 years.
16.
10 years. That's mad. Yeah, so I'm saying I've
Shout out Duncan, innit? DO training, do training, Duncan Ogilvy. The baddest strength and conditioning coach in the country. I'm not gonna lie to you people. The baddest
I think
strength
I've
and
even seen his
conditioning
page.
coach
Off
in
of
the
the strength
country,
of this
man.
podcast, you just made him a billionaire, bro.
Yeah, bro, hey, cut me a check, Duncan. Come
You know
on,
what I'm saying?
don't be
Off
greedy.
the
You get me?
strength of
Share
this
the love,
podcast,
fam.
like,
Share the
you're
love.
mad.
But no, listen, serious guy, but DO training, man, works with serious athletes. You know what I mean?
No, but on a
Boxing,
serious
everything.
level, though, people like I would seriously look into you getting a person. If you're looking into fitness, you're looking into like getting into squats or lifting. Yeah, go and see a proper lifting coach, not a personal trainer. A lifting coach, someone that does like Olympic lifting, someone that does physiotherapy, that knows how you should squat and how you should move. So get them to teach you how to move first before you try and bust into it. Because I have never been taught how to move. I started literally teaching myself through just trial and error when I was younger. Through when I was like 14, going to the gym, and I'm like 13, 14 with
Yeah,
my
that's
school.
madness.
Just going there, messing around in the weights room, making all these mistakes, never getting injured, but probably stiffening myself up in ways that now I'm suffering with. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But to be fair, when I was 14, I broke my hip and I never got rehab or physio for it because, you know.
So it was broke off. It was broken, like legit broke.
Yeah, my hips broke like that. So basically, I used to do bare stuff in school, and one of the things I did was
Bare
cross
stuff.
country because like everyone knew I could just run.
Luke Bolt.
Luke, just go. No, cross country. That's
Luke
not.
Farah.
Yeah, that's a parroting, not a bolt. You know what I mean? So literally, I was running around the race there. I'm ready to like catch the guy that's first place. So I'm catching him now because I always go slow and then go quick at the end because I ain't got that constant pace. I've got that. Yeah, I'll catch up. I'll keep up with everyone and I'll just go. Yeah. So as I was going now, I went through this long grass because obviously cross country is like through different terrains and you're just out in the wilderness, just running and that. Yeah. And then there was like some uneven ground. I stepped in the ground and I just heard a pop. Didn't think nothing of it, carried on running, and I stepped on the floor again. So my legs gone round, stepped in it again, and it just popped back in again. And I'm just like, my whole body's just like gone weird, and I've just like kind of like trying to run, but I've just kind of dropped to the ground like I got shot or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Yeah, bro. It's like I realised that something is not right, and then my boy was running.
Could you walk in that?
Bro, I was dead. I was on the floor, and my boy was like, "Yo, come get up," and I was like, "Yo," this is my boy Gary. Shout out Gary if you're watching this. He was like, "Yo, Luke, come, let's go." And I was like, "Bro, I can't move. Like, get help. Like, get help." Yeah. I mean, he went cool. Do you know what man did? Man went cool. Rather than run into the teachers, man ran around the race. Yeah. Finished and then ran straight to the teachers. I watched him do it. I was like, because when he ran off, I was like, "Bro, they're that way." And I clocked. Yeah. He ran all the way around. Ran around the thing, didn't stop. He didn't stop. Yeah. He ran through the thing and went straight to the teacher.
Past the teacher.
It was just like you can just I don't know what he was saying. You can just see with this and just like playing and
I had to finish the task.
So what? Did he win the race though?
No.
He didn't win the race, man. Just carried on running.
That's what I said. He was behind me. Obviously, people were running past me, and he was one of the people that just stopped. Was like, "Yo, we did that there." Like,
man, finish it, man. We're gonna win anyway.
I don't know, bro. Man's Irish, bro. You know what I mean? Man got dignities. That man got to finish this thing.
Trust me,
heart. Yeah, man. Your heart. Man ran and finished it. Ran straight. I watched him do it. I was dying. To this day, I still find that funny. So anyway, broke my hip now. All they've said to me is, "Yeah, you're young. Just go home, rest for 6 weeks. Take some time off school. Don't move. And then when you heal up, just go back to school." And literally, I just went back to school. And I think I just coped on my new way of just compensating, innit?
So wait, it healed up by itself because you was young?
Yeah, it just healed up. No operation, nothing. But firstly, I went to hospital. They told me it wasn't broken. Went home now. I was in so much pain. My mum went, "Nah, something's wrong." Took me to an osteopath. Osteopath said, "Yo, this boy can't even move. He's taken to the hospital." Mum took me to Royal London. So I went to Newham General. They said, "Nah, it's not broken." We went, "Cool. Go to Royal London."
Bro, Newham General is only good for delivering babies, blood.
Hey, I can't say nothing about Newham General, innit? They saved my life, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't say nothing about them, man.
Bro, I went there, they never told me nothing, bro. Man, I had to find Luke, bro. Man was looking in the ends for Luke, bro, and I couldn't find him, man. And them man knew where he was.
This is spinning,
Spinning, fuck them lot, fam. They never told me what man.
I hear it.
You get
What was he talking about? Bring us back, Dom. Bring us back.
You were talking about how you broke your hip.
Alright, you went to Royal London.
So I went to Royal London,
yeah.
and they said, "Cool. Yeah, there's clearly a break there, bruv. If you see my pelvis, yeah, there was a line going through my pelvis, bruv. Right, a line.
Clean break.
So like, what happened was, is that the ligament that goes from your hip bone, so the top of your thigh bone to your hip joint, the thigh just basically pulled off and then pulled the bone and it was cracked through in it. So obviously that's where it dislocated, and then I stepped back and it just went and smashed it. So that was
Bro, you know when I'm imagining breaks, and when people tell me about breaks, or when I watch videos of like broken bones or bones breaking,
yeah.
but I can't. It does something to me, but my whole body starts fucking about.
Yeah, I hear it. It's mad.
It's not.
But yeah,
everything else I can do.
You're gonna watch yourself back.
Just shifting that one nitty, bro. But just like this, like crackhead, bro.
But yeah, bro. And since then, like, they didn't give me no rehab, no proper physio to like strengthen up. Now I know that they should have helped me re-strengthen my hips again, and then rebuilt my glutes again. But they just went, "Yeah, you're young. You know what I mean? You know when you're already."
Yeah, two Tuesday was right. It healed up by itself, but
not in the way that it could have.
But they knew
the rehab part went there, innit?
If you know what you're doing, you know I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna have problems because you didn't rebuild my hip. If you're a physio and you know what I mean,
they should have done physio and rehab for sure.
Exactly, and they were like, "Oh, he doesn't need 6 weeks physio because you're young." And that's basically what they were saying. So then, bro, now I've got all these problems now. That's why, like, on my right side, bro, like my glute is like half the size of my left side. Like, my right side don't work, bro.
It's got uneven booty.
Yeah,
It's got uneven
I had
booty.
nothing wrong with my hips, but my ankles, obviously playing basketball, are always fucked, innit?
Yeah.
At least once a week. But one time I really like tore my right ankle, tore it off. I was walking home. This was at St Angela's. I came back from States, yeah. After my first year, I went to a scrimmage, fam. Scrimmaging, playing now. Boom. Ankle broke, bruv. Broke off. Size of like a tennis ball, no word of a lie. I'm walking home, I can't even get to the fucking
you don't
station.
know what happened? Was it just like one of them ones that it was just like a mad force, or you just some minor thing it just broke?
What do you mean?
Like when it broke, what happened?
Oh, it was Kevin. I'll never forget. It was Kevin, the pagan fam. Like, he's a calm guy, but what happened? I would jump to block him.
Yeah.
He was taking a layup. I jumped to block him. Yeah. He landed first, I landed after him on his foot.
Them one.
Like on the back of his foot. The front of my foot hit the back of his foot and like just, you get me?
Yeah.
And then I just felt a pop, yeah? 2-2 tried to run it off, it wasn't happening. It wasn't happening, man's on the floor, I felt sick, man.
Oh.
So I laid there on the floor.
That's happened to me, I felt sick, like my body, I was like, whoa.
I lay there on the floor with my leg up. Caroline went and got ice pack. Shout out Caroline, big love for everything, you get me? She'll probably never watch this in her life, but shout out anyway.
If you say that will happen, bro.
You get me? But listen, yeah, she got me that. She was like, oh, do you want me to call an ambulance? You need something else? I was like, no, I'm good, man. I'm walking to the Tupton Park here, to the station up Green Street. Can't make it. Probably took me about half an hour, blood, to get there. 45 minutes. These times people here, it's like a 5-10 minute walk max. I'm crawling, fam. Then I got to the station. I said, yeah, I can't make it. I might have to call the mum, fam. I had to call the Wills to come grab me at the other end, fam, because it was too peak. No. But yeah, then after that, for like 2-3 weeks, I never done nothing. And then off my own back, I was doing like ankle mobility exercises and shit like that to make sure that the mobility was there, innit? Because I didn't think it was broken. I never took it as a break, innit? But then when I went to get it scanned after like a couple of years, they said, oh, when I went back to the States, they scanned it, they said, listen, your thing, obviously something happened to it and it never grew back properly. So now it's like, it's disconfigured, innit? So my ankle's not normal, basically. One of my ankles is fucked, the other one's alright. But I had to do bare like strengthening exercises, bare rehab by myself, innit, just to have the mobility there to still be able to play.
Yeah.
Because it was moving, it was getting stiff.
Yeah.
So I'm doing like one leg, you put like a cup, yeah, you get like a paper cup, or you get like 10 of them, yeah. Put it in like a circle around you, you stand on one foot, and you bend down to grab one at a time. You get me? So obviously you're reaching every angle and you got to like balance and stuff, shit like that. And then you stand on one of them soft things, one of them little soft pancake things. There's one at gym even, Mantas. Got like little soft spikes at the top. It's like a pillow sort of thing, isn't it?
Wait,
like a cushion, like a little cushion.
Like a little cushion, yeah. That blue thing, I think they got one at Mantas. No?
And just I know what you're talking about. I hope the people know what we're talking about too.
It's like
you just put that one foot, 2 foot. It helps with your balance.
Like a little bit bigger than this.
Hey Josh, I beg you do.
Flat.
Hey Josh, I beg you do me. Hey people, we got a tech guy behind the camera. Shout out Josh. Dom's younger brother Josh behind the camera. That's our tech guy. He's good with the tech stuff. You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna put it down. He's gonna put it down.
Josh, shout out yourself.
What are you saying?
I see Josh, you get me?
But yeah, hey Josh, I beg you, put up that whatever they're talking about up on the screen for them so they can see what we're talking about.
Yeah, you ain't gotta do it now, but
yeah, not now, but like when we're editing the thing. So that
what is the podcast like that?
we'll try
visuals, man. Come on.
Come on now. We'll try a thing, man. See what happens.
Young man's on Instagram, innit?
But anyway, yeah.
that's the first time I've ever said it.
No, these guys are pagan. No, these guys are pagan.
Don't kill me.
What, you want to promote yourself now, yeah?
That was first time ever.
Trust the vision, bro. You get me, man. What's telling you? It's going to be a movie, bro.
Oh, it will.
But anyway, yeah, so you just do that with the spikes thing.
Yeah, like all shit like that, basically. I just took a left turn. It didn't have to be that long of an explanation. Yeah. But yeah, just do rehab by myself, really. Just to make sure.
Yeah, man. Actually, you know what? Let's go back, because you said something about we used to train in the schools and that, and you know Caroline being like, thank you everything that she did for you and that. Like, I actually wanted to bring that topic up.
Caroline and Stephen.
Yeah, Caroline and Steve. I actually wanted to bring that up today. You know, like not specifically them two, but just like the influences in it that like we had when we were growing up and like when we were younger in school and that. Yeah, like
it wasn't even so much of an influence. You know what it was? It was on one of them ones where there was a group of young men, yeah, young G's, who was all around about the same age. Obviously, there's like under 14s, under 15s, under 16s, up to under 18s, yeah. So that group of guys, yeah, say 10 per each team. So that's a lot of man, like 50 man. Get into a place where someone cares about you, they don't have to, but you show up, yeah, and for some reason they care about you, blood. They care about your grades. They're slapping you in the head if you're misbehaving, if you're chatting shit, you know what I mean? If you're not listening, if you're getting bad grades even though you might get a little backhand at the back of the head once you're leaving, do you get me? But it's like, yeah, it's like a second mum sort of thing, so you're looking at them, yeah, and you're like, raw, like, I have to respect you, innit? You can't not do it because you just grow a love for them in a way where it comes naturally, innit?
Yeah, like what? Can you
because of the care that comes from them.
No, I hear you 100%. Like, can you think of a person or a time like where they stepped in and you were like, no, you know what? Yeah, that's mad. A time like could you think of one?
A person or a time? Yeah, I remember one of my head teachers, Miss Robinson, from Rokeby, when I was there.
Yeah.
Hey, big shout out to Miss Robinson, fam.
Hey, shout out Miss Robinson.
But yeah, long story short, yeah.
Get me, miss.
I was playing for a basketball team, and I was like, how old was I? 14, 15. These times I just started playing like the year before, yeah. And there was a trip to Gran Canaria to one of the biggest basketball academies in the world, innit? CBA, it's called Canaria Basketball Academy. These man get prospects after they're 18, keep them there for maybe a year, 2 years. Like you're living with them, innit? Like you're eating 3 times a day, you're training like 2-3 times a day, playing all these games, all these exhibition games, all these exposure games. And then they go to the league or they go to EuroLeague, wherever, innit? They're big basketball players, like it's a serious thing.
Okay.
Like a professional basketball player factory sort of thing. Once you go there, your next step, you're making peas, innit? It's one of them ones. So yeah, there was a trip, one basketball club called NASA from the Ends, based in Plaistow. Them man, they was organising a trip there, yeah, and it was like £700. And obviously, I told my mum, she was like, well, you know, is what it is. So I went to the team and I said, listen, this is the situation, I really want to come though, innit? Like they was putting a team together and they asked me if I could be part of the team, and I was like, yeah, I really want to come, but obviously I can't afford it. And then there was like, maybe try get a sponsorship, like get people to sponsor you, innit? Go to your school, go to your whatever. Gave me ideas, so I was like, cool, let me try it, fuck it, innit? Gave me this little sheet of paper to like make it known that it's legit. These are the details, whatever, so I could present it to the people that I'm talking to. There was me and another brother from that team that went to my head teacher. So 2-2s the next day, we'll go to Miss Robinson, go to the office, we explained everything, said, listen, there's this trip, whatever. These are the papers, like, you know, if you could contribute something towards it, we'd be, like, you know, we'd appreciate it, whatever. And then, yeah, from there, she was like, cool, leave it with me, I'll see what I can do and whatever. She was happy that we was doing it. She was like, yeah, I really like the idea, you know, that you guys are trying to go away, better your lives, tear. That same afternoon, I think it was after lunch, or was it during lunch, that she called us in, yeah? And she was like, here's the letters, here's the checks. She gave us both checks in the envelopes, innit?
Crazy.
It was like, alright, cool, let's see how much she gave us. Because we're thinking she might give us £50 towards it, £100 towards it, like it's a sum of 7 bills, isn't it? 7 bills each, bro.
Raw.
Yeah.
Raw.
7 bills each, fam. The way I busted back into that office, bro, I said, listen, thank you very much. Like, I don't know how to thank you enough in it. Like, this is the best. You get me? You didn't have to do it, but now you went and done it on one of them ones, like just to send 2 man away out of the school's budget. You get me? It's like, raw.
Oh, that's crazy.
She really cares for man to try and pursue this thing, you know what I mean? So when shit like that happens in your life, yeah, from a young age, you're like, okay, people believe in you, and they see that something could possibly come from this, so you have to pursue it, bro, from there on out.
Yeah.
Just like Caroline, just like Stephen, like they're pissed off with you if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing because they see the potential in you, innit? Like you're getting bad grades, they're onto you. If you're not listening in practice, they're onto you. If you're playing shit, they're onto you. You know what I mean? Man will tell you that you're playing shit, what you doing? Sort yourself out, you're coming off for the rest of the game.
Yeah, for real.
It's not a game, man. So yeah, shout out Miss Robinson, shout out Stephen, shout out Caroline, Charles, you get me?
No, it's important, man, like, cause what about you, Dom, like, cause what about, cause I know that you grew up in a different environment from me and Max. Me and Max grew up in Newham in East London, you know what I'm saying?
I grew up in North London, Enfield.
So
things were slightly different.
North London, Enfield, so we got a completely different side of London, What was it like for you? Did you have any positive influences, like, in terms of, like, the role that Mantas was talking about? Do you have it, can you recall any people or times?
Yeah, I had a few, but to be honest, if you keep it right at home, like, just having my mum and dad together in the same house, raising us, still together now, it's a big deal as to why I kind of feel I am where I am at the moment.
Yeah, no, that's
so.
That's actually a big deal with 2020.
Yeah, like, you know, not a lot. The more I see now, not a lot of people have that anymore, you know, and it's a blessing.
From the people that I know, sorry to interrupt. From the people that I know, if you go down my phone book, I would say 75% are not in the situation that you're in that type of, you know what I mean? with both parents being still in the household, it's mad, bro. So it's definitely a blessing, fam.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a
yeah.
minority in my world, innit?
For real, because like I mean, my situation was different. You know, I had both parents in the household, and then you know it takes its course, and like takes its course like that. Whereas you still have both parents in your household. Because right now it's me and mum, but I still have a very close relationship with my dad. I still talk to my dad all the time. So it's not one of those. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just that they didn't kind of, but me and my mum are here. You see what I'm saying? Whereas Mantas' situation is different as well.
And I'm even talking about people that I know that, you know, even you was one of them 75%. Parents just ain't together no more. That was just, I was talking about.
I think there was a statistic somewhere and it said 1 in 3 marriages that happen now it will end in divorce.
Yeah.
1 in 3.
Yeah. Sorry, 2 in 3. I think it was 2 in 3.
I was about to say, that's not too bad, bro.
I think it was 2 in 3. Sorry, I'm buzzing.
No, actually, Josh, check that actually.
Josh can check that.
Check that on the Google. Check if what the marriage rate is.
The divorce rate is.
Marriage divorce rate.
But regardless, like.
Bro, I feel like a G. Like, yo, Josh, check that thing for me.
You must be dashing them peas at
bro, this is safe, huh?
42%.
42%.
So half. Let's just round it up to
1 in
half,
2 then.
Half of the people that get married divorce, blood.
That's a big deal.
But yeah, man, like. But
do you man want to get married, fam?
Eventually.
Or do you man think that you can have your beanie and know what it is without marriage? On both parts.
I don't.
No, you don't.
No, I don't
Let's
think.
let Luke marinate because he looks like.
Yeah.
B. Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what? I want to have A, but I feel like.
Just A, marriage.
Yeah, but I feel like A nowadays is more for business reasons.
Yeah.
And for so business reasons and for like paperwork purposes. Yeah. I feel like the whole.
That's if you have money though. If you ain't got money, there's no business, bro.
Yeah. Like I feel like the modern
no
way.
game.
I feel like the more modern way of love nowadays. Yeah. Like telling someone I love you is not shown through marriage anymore.
No, what do you?
No. It is. Because people do feel like, oh, I love it. I want to go to the next level. Let's get married. But I feel like that's why divorce is so high, because they get into marriage for that reason. I feel like if you go into marriage and you was like, you know, I love this person, but now I want to legally bind with this person. I think that's how you should be thinking, innit? And then that way, I feel like divorce will like decrease, because if people understand what they're actually marrying for, you see what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't want to get too deep.
I suppose people do think that they have to get married, innit?
Yeah, for the next level. But I feel like
maybe for the next level, maybe because they might be reaching a certain age. You get me? Say like 35. Oh, fuck, I've been with this girl. Let's say, for example, 5 years. Let me just put a ring on it, just to. You get me? I'm 35. I'm not married yet. It looks a bit nuts. So let me get married, like. But why? Do you get me? Is that the parents' influence coming down on that?
It's literally you're just repeating what you see, I guess.
Because me, I don't feel the need at all, innit? Like, obviously,
I
feel like I need to want to get married, innit?
Yeah.
It's one of them ones that, because I feel like I will want to marry a girl. Do you get me?
Yeah.
After however many years I've been with her or whatever, I don't feel like I'll ever feel like I need to marry her. If that makes sense. Same
with me. Like, I'll literally look at someone and be like, I want to marry you.
Yeah, like
I want to legally bind my life with you. I want to merge that. But to me, that's all that makes sense.
Yeah.
To me, when I look at marriage, it's like, well, what else is it, bro? Because I didn't love you any less than.
Yeah, no, in black and white.
Less than before I said I
document.
do.
Yeah, and a ring.
So I'm like, before I said I do, I didn't love you any less, and we're gonna build together anyway, whether it was married or not. But I guess when you're legally binded, I guess you grow together more maturely, because you understand, this is for life. Like we share the same
responsibility,
name. We share everything. We share a lot more now. You see what I'm trying to say? It's because of that legal stuff. That's what I'm talking. That's how I process it. Innit? So other people process it differently.
Would you be mad if the girl didn't want to take your name, or if she took your name and kept her name?
No.
No, nowadays no. But for my male ego and for my ego of marriage, I would want her to have my name.
Her name and your name, or just your name? Okay.
No, she can have her name as well.
Yeah.
She can have her name.
Yeah.
Like her first name, then your last name, then her last name at the end.
But my name's double barrel, so it will look mad.
Yeah,
it'll be triple barrel.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even say.
Because my name's John Baptiste.
You have to marry.
Yeah, please don't come out and start spitting surnames on this podcast.
No,
please.
not surnames. No, I was gonna say, you know, I was gonna start talking about certain types of women, but I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna do it. Man,
no, anyway.
on this Henny.
That's a dark realm. Don't do it.
His brother, bro.
It's dark, like we was talking about earlier. Like, you get me? You just don't want to go there.
Don't do it.
It's
not worth. It's not worth.
Bro, trust me. But yeah, no, like I don't know. I wouldn't mind if she would want her name, but come on, have my name. Like, what go on, bro?
Why not?
Yeah, like,
what's wrong with it?
If you're saying I do, then you know you're having my surname. So you can't say I do and you're actually no, I don't want your name though, bro. Come on, man, that's deep, bro.
I feel like these discussions happen way before you propose, even though.
Yeah, trust. Yeah, they have to.
They happen way before. You might even not even be thinking about marriage, but you would have discussed that time ago.
What's a marriage conversation that you would have to bring up to your missus?
How do you mean?
Like, for example, you're thinking about marrying her,
yeah.
What's a question that you would have to, or a conversation that you would have to bring up? One of them, innit? For you to go, alright, cool, I can marry you. As a guy, innit?
I wouldn't have to sit there and have a conversation with her for me to know, innit? It will just happen.
Yeah.
Throughout time, innit?
Do you know what? I feel like for men it's different. You know?
I don't feel like I'd sit there and be like, cool, let me just test this girl right now, give her the final questionnaire before I see if you get me. I feel like I'd have to see actions and then they would have to make me want to marry her, innit? One of them ones.
For me,
you can't tell me stuff, innit?
Yeah.
No, I think for me it would be the children situation, because if I got married, I would not want kids straight away at all. Like, I see a lot, and sometimes I feel like that the kids come too soon, so that's why a lot of marriages fail, because there's too much pressure to deal with what you've just entered and what you're now bringing in.
Right. Okay.
So for me, it would be
that's a serious
how many years or whatever would you be willing to wait and just have like us work this relationship, see how things
like say that's the case
before we bring kids into the world, because then that's because, you know, once that happens, that's done. Like there's no looking back, sort of thing.
No, it's important still, because I agree. I do feel like you have to.
So you're saying you have to wait before you get into a marriage, or you get into a marriage first, then you wait.
Yeah, because then you get to enjoy your time as a married couple before
you already had kids.
If you already had kids, then that's a different situation.
What if you get a girl pregnant right now, Dom? What are you saying? What? She says, I want to keep her and I want to have kids with you, bro.
Then I wouldn't say I would marry her straight away, no, but I would be there 100%.
With the girl?
Yeah.
Good, man.
Yeah, good. At least
but you wouldn't be one of them man that get married just because she's pregnant, or just because
no. I don't think that would make much sense for me. Like, because I would just end up, you know, things happen, innit? Like, yeah. So like my mind could change a few years later. Who knows?
What about you?
What about me?
What about if you got pregnant right now and the girl's like, sorry, girl, you got a girl pregnant.
What's in that Henny, blood? Is it stronger?
It's tasty.
All kind of waves, bro.
Go on.
But what if you got a girl pregnant right now, yeah? And same question to you, basically, what you asked him.
Then we gotta rock with it, innit? I'm not gonna propose to you that same day, but like in my eyes, innit, we're building a life together now. We're building a fucking ute in the first place.
I think it's important.
So let alone building a life, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm there, innit? I'm not gonna flay.
Yeah, but I think girls need to hear this, because it does happen, innit, where people think, I'm gonna have a baby with you and you're gonna have to build a life with me. Like,
it's different when man get like, say like, I don't know, a man go out clubbing, whatever, have a one night stand. The girl messages them back 2 weeks later. These times they spoke to them all the 2 weeks. She hits them up. I'm pregnant. It's
let's be clear. We're talking
about specific. This. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's be clear. No, let's
you're
be
like
clear.
You're like that.
You're fuming. Whole world. Yeah. Listen, that's every man's worst nightmare.
Around.
That's
you know
what I'm saying.
But if it's a thing that happened to you know what I'm saying? No shade.
You were there.
But yeah, if it's a serious thing where, you know, you've been doing this thing and you've had discussions,
clear on that,
you know, then come on, bro.
That's what we're talking about.
At the end of the day, you're a man, innit? So, bro, anything that you do in life, you have to take responsibility for, innit? So if you bust nuts, bro, you have to.
But would you, while considering that you're going to be with her, as a guy, would you consider the marriage thing anyway? Would you still consider that part before going, alright, cool, I'm going to stay with you? Would you process that bit? Would that even come across your mind, do you think?
I would, in my head, I would put it off to the future. I'd be like, cool, that's a possibility in the future, innit? We have kids now. Let's see how this goes from now on.
Okay, lady, you hearing this, lady? So man, them do think
It's not written off. It's not like, oh fuck, I got a youth with her now, but I can't be with her. No.
Yeah, but you have processed the thought.
If I'm doing something with someone for a certain period of time and I'm choosing to do certain things with them, you get me? Then I'm preparing to, like, that's it, innit? If that happens, I'm alright with it. Like, it's got. Do you get me? We're growing now. It's getting to that age now. Like, if it happens, what can I do, bro?
Yeah, for real.
So you have to be prepared.
Well, Josh, what about you?
To receive the text.
Because tell them how old you are.
18.
You're 18.
Man asked.
And you've got a lady, right?
Yeah.
So what if you was in a situation where your lady was to say to you, "Yo, I'm pregnant." As a young 18-year-old, yeah, how would you process that, and what would you think your next steps would be? Do you think? And listen, I want you to be 100% honest with me. Don't worry about anyone. They don't know what you look like, nothing. Yeah?
You're just a voice.
Yeah, just be honest, innit? Like, what do you feel like at 8? Because we're a different perspective to you.
Fam, I've been there at 18 and I was 18 years old. No, I'll tell a lie. Yeah, no, I was 18, fam. I was turning 19 the next April. I was in that same situation, fam, that you just asked you about.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I felt
So
in it, so I want to see what you would say, fam. Because it's a serious... When you hear it them times, it's a serious
Just think about who you got around you, I guess.
Obviously, in our current situation, I'd be like, yeah, I'd stay. Do you know what I mean? Because it's been a long term thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, in some of the situation you got, might have explained. If it was one of them situations, then.
Well, like a one night stand type
Yeah.
thing, then they can't. Okay.
Yeah, you don't
No,
know.
I'm talking about your current situation now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not talking about one night
No,
stand.
we can't even ask man about a current situation
But then the
because the
thing
girl
is-
might be watching this.
but
And
then-
so what? You won't stay with me if I got pregnant? You know them what? You can't be having that, fam.
No,
If it's like a current
Nah, but
situation, let's just put that out.
No,
there.
but you know what? Listen, how I see it is, if I was to give him a hypothetical situation, the girl will still be like this anyway. You know what I'm trying to say? So let's be real, innit? Let's just be real. You know what I'm saying? He's in trouble anyway.
Fuck it, bro.
But
We're in trouble, bro.
but don't you think though, like, even if it was, we're talking about being with you, not being there for the child. Let's make this perfectly clear for the ladies, yeah? We're talking about being
there
with
for
you.
the child
Yeah.
is regardless,
That's
innit?
regardless.
If it's a one night stand and you obviously might say, oh, listen, I don't think this is the best idea. 7 months later, she texts you again. Oh, by the way, I've kept the baby. You get me, you're the dad. Obviously, you know this, we spoke about it. You have to be there for the kid. You might hate the woman's guts, but you have to be there for the kid. There's enough people out there hate the baby mum, innit, for whatever the reasons that they might have, but that's their kid, bro.
Yeah.
That's your kid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. For real. I mean, like, I would. Listen, I feel like I'm at the age now where it could happen at any moment in time, because the women made the decisions, and at this stage in their life, at this age, yeah, because I don't really go into younger waters like that, like young like that. You know what I'm trying to say? The women on this side of the bridge are more than ready to go. Yeah. So as a man, really, I feel like as men, when you get to this stage, you need to mentally prepare yourself for if this could happen. So I think it naturally kicks in anyway, to be honest with you. I think that's why the pressure start kicking in naturally. Do you know what I mean? You need to get.
And at the end of the day, you start seeing people around you like having kids,
yeah,
getting pregnant. You get me? So the reality kicks in like, right, okay, this is now happening around us. Like I was speaking to Flo the other day.
Yeah.
Man are getting married, fam. Timmy's getting married.
Yeah.
Shout out, this is Pure Kicks.
Yeah, shout out Pure Kicks.
Yeah.
Some other guy was talking about. He's getting married. You get me? Like we were saying, like, right, everyone's getting married, fam.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting engaged, married, having kids, like buying houses, bro. We're growing up, fam.
Yeah,
You get me?
Trust me, and that's why I feel like these conversations need to be had, because, bruv, like, women need to hear where our heads are at, because I feel like we're very misunderstood when it comes to how our heads work, innit? Like, we do process a lot of these things, innit? And we're, like I said, we're talking about staying with you, not anything to do with the child, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? But don't you think it's weird how don't you think it's weird how we all kind of said that, because I said, what would you do in that situation? Don't you think it's weird as men how we feel like we have to say, like, yeah, I would stay,
You have to clear the air with that.
It's like, what do you mean I would stay? Like, why do you see what I'm trying to say? You don't think it's mad how our brains have to process if you would stay or would you leave? Because we're so
I feel like
we're brainwashed into this thing of men having kids and then they just duck out.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I see what you're going.
You see what I'm saying? So it's mad. Don't you think it's mad how you answer them? We were like, oh yeah, we would stay.
We won't duck out.
We've been brainwashed by people to feel like, oh, when there's kids involved, we either run away or we stay and do our thing. Why is it not that, oh, we do our thing and then there's just some brother that, there's a lot of guys that just end up leaving the situation for whatever. Because there's actually reasons for why people, a lot of times when I speak to these people, there's reasons as to why, whether they're legitimate reasons or not. Like something happened and it's not the same reason for everybody.
No, and everybody justifies everything differently. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like these things happen like that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, I think these are important conversations to have, like, because girls need to hear how we process things, man, like that.
No, for real.
But yeah, like, so what do you feel like? Boy, I can't believe how far off the question that.
I don't know what the original question
I
was.
asked you about the influence
10 minutes ago.
The influences in school and that.
And now we're talking about having youths.
Yeah, we're talking about.
Oh, because I asked that question.
Yeah.
But it's calm.
For real.
Yeah, so influences as well. Well, anyways.
So right now, how do you feel actually? Yeah. What do you see your 30s looking like? Because alright, we've spoken about the whole babies thing now and the pressures and that getting ready and preparing as a man.
I don't like thinking about
How do you want your 30s to look? Your 30s, specifically not your 40s or your 30s.
I want my phone to ring a lot. And I want money to be on the other side of that phone, bro. I'm not talking about drugs, people. I'm talking about business.
No, I hear it.
I'm hearing it.
But
and I want.
Now speak it into existence.
30s, yeah.
Speak it into existence.
And I want 30s. We're talking 30s, like 32, 33.
Yeah, you're gonna get that, bro. What? 32, 33, what? Phone calls.
Dickhead, I'm talking about age. How old are we?
Oh, right, cool. Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. I thought man was talking about.
Hey, Josh, I might have to have one of them emojis pop up. Because I don't know what just went down.
But yeah, go on.
Yeah, like 32, 33 years old. What? I'd like to know where I'm headed, innit? Because you might not even have a destination by then yet, bro. But I'd like to have a direction and know that I'm working towards that wholeheartedly. You get me?
Yeah.
And everything's clicking. Say your personal life's clicking. I don't know, by 33, I wouldn't mind having a child by then, I'm not going to lie, fam. Because I feel like after that, yeah, because I feel like I had a young mum, innit? Obviously not mad young, she had me when she was 21, so she's relatively young to me, innit? And obviously I had a young nan because of that, and it just went on. So I feel like having young parents and young people, young grown people around you is important. You get me? And I wouldn't want to be too old for my first child. Second child is different because you got your first one there. You might even have your first two there or whatever. Then you've got a couple cousins, whatever the case may be. But for your first child, you got to be relatively young. So you bring them up to be a certain way. Because if you're 40, 45, bringing up your first child, they're going to grow up to be like an older, like have older. Do you get me?
Yeah, but Dom, let me ask you, but what do you feel like how would you feel if you got to that age where you're ready to have kids, where in your head you're like, no, I'd want to have a kid by then? Because do you feel like Mantas, like where you feel like you want to have a kid by a certain age?
I'm not saying I want to have a kid, like that's my limit, but I wouldn't mind having one.
Yeah, I'm saying,
yeah. I guess for me, I would just expect, or at a certain age, I'd expect me to be in a certain.
What age would that be roughly?
I say, if we're talking me being married, if we're talking me having like my first house,
so ideally you want to be married before you have kids?
Yeah, I do. I can't lie, because I feel like that's... I guess that's just all I've known, you know?
Right.
I guess that's all I've known, but at the same time I can see the security in it, and having experienced that knowledgeable security, it's been beneficial. It's been beneficial for me, it's been beneficial for Josh, our whole family, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, brothers, I don't know if Luke told you that.
Yeah. But what age,
you don't look the
what
same.
age is that?
What age for me? I say 30 onwards. Yeah, 31. I would be more than happy to have my first kid. Yeah.
Kid coming. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What if it doesn't happen for you at that age though? How would you feel? Like, let's say for example,
you can't really tell because you're not there.
You get to the age, yeah. Now just try and
Are we saying before?
Situation, yeah.
Are we saying before the 30s?
I was saying you got to that. Let's say you're 3-4 years past that.
Right.
So let's say 35 now.
Yeah.
You're 35, 36.
How would you pattern that? How would you try and pattern that?
Do you have a conversation with your missus?
Well, what if you ain't got one? What if you're single?
That's another thing. Like, I
That's
may
the-
not
What
may
if
not
you ain't
have
got
one.
that missus that you thought that you would have at that time? What if the script didn't go how you wanted it to, bro?
Then I guess
Then I can't comment on it, bro.
for me, I'll just be putting.
Hypothetical.
Hypothetically.
Man's gonna bring that word out.
Let's be real. Like, this is, we're optimistically thinking here that we're gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're talking into existence.
Building
Like,
something with a
it's
missus,
positive
then
thing,
having
like,
you-
we're talking
yeah.
like, yo, when we get to that age, we're gonna have our missus.
Well, you
Yeah,
just
cool.
asked us how we want it to go, innit? So that's what we're telling you. Bro.
Exactly.
Telling you
That's what I'm
about
saying.
this.
But that's what I'm saying. Is that's what we're doing. But I want to give you the other side, innit?
You need to drink some of that juice, fam. You ain't touched that juice, fam.
Bro, I've touched it, bro.
That's still.
This is the second drink.
But this is my fucking. I didn't
third.
even tell the people.
Bro, let me talk, fam. Yeah. What was I saying? Bring me back.
You were speaking about if it didn't happen at the age that we thought it was gonna
Yeah, if
happen.
it didn't happen at that age, how would you lot feel? Because you didn't go into exactly how you wanted it to go. What would you do what would be one of your steps where you're like, bruv, it's not happening, bruv. You know what I'm trying to say? Because you know what, yeah, alright, cool, let me go. If I was in that situation, yeah, let's say for example, I had the yard. Yeah, I had the car.
Yeah, I didn't say none of that, obviously, as what you want, but
the
that's
business was calm. But while I was navigating through that, and I didn't find anyone compatible along the way. Let's say I got to that age now, bruv. You're looking around, you got an empty yard. Yeah, you got all nice stuff in there. You know what I'm trying to say? You've done your
Then I don't know what you do then.
Bruv, your girl's there. Me, like, because I see man like that. That this is why man bang gym. Listen, if you go gym, a lot of the man you go there, the man are in shape. Talk to them. Single.
Yeah.
Yeah?
They go
They go
as well to
in.
go gym.
They go in because they have nothing else to focus their mind on but that. Their spare time is not filled by, actually no, a lot of them do have kids, but their kids are probably not living with them. Yeah? Most of the time. Right? And now they ain't got a missus to navigate their time with. Boom, them man are just there,
All the time.
them man are just there, they're just tripping, fam. And I see them because they see girls and they're just mad. They're just, every girl, they're trying to go for them more than every. And then if another man goes to talk to them, it's mad. Like everyone's just like, raw, because it feels like
if I was
the
the
last
pressure,
pickings.
yeah, if you start feeling the pressure at that age, then you will start moving like one hungry dog, innit?
Yeah.
And you're gonna just make bare mistakes. But then I don't know how I would react. Sorry, Dom.
That's cool.
But if you have someone like by that age, you would have met a lot of people, and you would probably have someone there that you might speak to here and there.
Prospects.
In terms of a girl, a prospect
Serious
that
prospects.
you think you might not even know. You might know that you won't be with that girl, innit?
Yeah.
In a relationship, but you know that she'll be a good mum to
Right.
your children, like be a good mother.
We also think like this.
You get me? So you might just have a
Breaking
kid with
I'll
her.
look at the thighs first.
You might even have an agreement to where you have a kid, but you both know that it's not going to work in a long term minute. But the youth's there, like you both want a kid. You might both be in the same position, because let's be honest, girls get in the same urgency as well, innit? Oh, I'm 35, I ain't got a youth. Fuck, I need one.
Because that is happening now as well.
Bro, so so you get me? You might find someone like that where it's like an
Co-parenting.
agreement. Yeah, fam, you just have a kid, and then
Co-parenting is the thing now.
I feel like you'll be even happy, because then there's no pressure for you to go and have one. You can find the woman that you want, and you grow with her, whatever. There's no rush to have you. She might have her own kid by that age. You got your own. There's no need to make anything happen, so you just both grow together, innit? And that's it, bro.
But don't you think
Life
that
complete, fam.
Yeah. But I still feel like in situations like that, someone will always feel deeper than someone else, though.
No,
Oh, yeah, that's how
it's
two
always-
people
that's
work
nature.
together, innit?
But
Every time when there's two people that come together, that's how it works.
Yeah, not all the time that works out for the best, bro. That's the problem. But go on, Don. What was you gonna say?
Yeah, no, if I was in that situation where I was like feeling pressure to like do something in terms of like get married or have children or something like that, I would. Something that I'm not doing now, I guess, is traveling, and I'd like to go and just see different places in the world.
So you don't want to feel like you've missed out.
Yeah, so I don't want to feel like I missed out. I have time to like see different cultures and even understand that it may not be as an important of a thing here. So the stress isn't as important, by this time. It could meet someone on the travels. On top of that, by the time I'm coming home, if I am coming home, then I'm more aware and I'm less stressed about all of those sorts of things, you know. So
Yeah, big facts. No, that's
The
legit.
last thing you want to do is resent something, innit? So
yeah, and I've always
you gotta make
wanted
sure
to
that
do
you're
it.
patterned in your head, like you're happy to, you know, because once you have a kid, like for a long period of time, you won't be able to do much in terms of yourself for like the next 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah.
And you have to be okay with that. And if you're not okay with that, you're gonna resent having a kid, and then it's peak from there, bro.